I have cerebral palsy.
What's that?
It's a disability in the brain manifested through muscular incoordination. Oh, negative. People hate it. They're like, gay disabled people, like, enough is enough. We get it. MoveOn.org. Just kidding. People have been really, really nice, and it's been really well received, which is just sort of incredible.
I'm Ryan, the intern.
Listen, Cheyenne.
Ryan. Oh, it's not that great to portray a version of yourself on screen. 0 out of 10, I would not recommend. It's really hard because I wrote this character, this version of myself that I thought I had kind of totally outgrown and was nothing like me, but by portraying him, and maybe it's because it's my first acting job and I wasn't so experienced, but I found it really hard to step outside the character. Like a lot of actors who are more seasoned and trained, it's very easy for them to snap out of character and like play Candy Crush between takes, but I just wasn't built that way. Getting a gay disabled show made is very difficult. I don't want to shock or alarm you. Hold on to your butts, but it's true. Yeah, people, it's all about timing, really. When we first went out with it in 2015, you know, saying that women were funny and multifaceted was a revolutionary idea, and people were just latching on to that. So gay disabled was really, I think, just a speck of dust. We're always like the person in the corner giving advice over a chopped salad, but like we're never allowed to be like the main complicated course. Like we're never allowed to be like front row and center. So I think that this show is revolutionary in that way, just alone.
I was in the closet about being gay, and then I was in the closet about being disabled, and now, no more closet.
I got my book deal when I was 25 years old, and it was to write this like garbage Urban Outfitters book called How to Be a 20-something. And I had not disclosed my cerebral palsy. I was very much living in the disability closet. I was just an accident victim in New York. And I realized once I got the book deal, I went to Simon & Schuster for our kickoff meeting, and I told them I wanted to write about my cerebral palsy. I think it's interesting. I think like when you're caught in the I hate myself weeds, like you have these weird moments of clarity that like instruct you how to get out of it. And I feel like I was just having a weird moment of clarity at 25 years old that was like, oh, I think this secret's like literally killing me, and I think that this is like my one opportunity to do it. And then when the book came out, obviously everyone kind of knew about my cerebral palsy, and it was incredibly freeing because I had been kind of living a variation of a lie for my entire life, whether it was being closeted about being gay, which I was until I was 17 or 18, and then being closeted about my disability, which I was till I was 28. It finally was like, okay, like I am who I am, like Google it, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Everyone just assumed my limp was from my accident, and then I never corrected them.
Your disability is part of you.
I think that with disability, in my experience, it's not been like people aren't like, keep those people out, they're freaks, they're losers. Like no one's saying that, but I just don't think that people think of disabled people as being candidates for being able to tell these stories. I don't think that they don't even think of them as existing, you know? I think they think of disabled people as living in their own little huts and villages and doing their like little disabled things, and I don't think that it even crosses their mind that they're capable to do this. And that really needs to change, and hopefully that changes by people watching this close and special and seeing Ali Stroker win a Tony is like, oh, actually disabled people are talented, they're strong, they're hardworking, and they deserve a seat at the table. I would never self-identify as like a trailblazer because I think that's like truly psychotic. But you know, I'm not rich and famous enough to be that deluded. Maybe next season. Yeah, no, I think that I hopefully inspire people just by the fact that I am not afraid to take up space in this world. And, you know, I was born into a society that really made it clear that it wasn't meant for me. But I'm over that now, and I want to be the girl with the most cake, and that's okay. So hopefully I inspire people to live just more authentic, loud lives.